The content of this video is based on the research conducted by Professor Graeme Hardie of School of Life Sciences at University of Dundee.
Have you read this paper on AMPK?
Oh yes, the one by Dr. Hardie.
Yeah, it says that AMPK is a protein kinase present in all cells. Its structure has 3 subunits, alpha, beta, and gamma.
Also, AMPK dates back to single-cellular archaeal organisms and is now present in all single and multicellular cells.
Oh, AMPK! Oh look, it says it's activated by upstream phosphorylation, which can be triggered by stress, low glucose, or low ATP levels.
Yeah. Oh, and look, its pathway is also involved in the treatment of type 2 diabetes and cancerous tumours.
Wow!
Think of AMPK being the warning light in a car and ATP being the fuel. In a car, the warning lights are switched on whenever the fuel is low, and in a cell, AMPK is switched on whenever ATP levels are low. Low ATP levels are caused by high ATP consumption by the cell due to stress, exercise, or some kind of a disease. Now think of AMPK being the actual car and the gamma subunit being the battery in the car. In this case, AMP and ADP are the charges to the battery. The car battery needs to be charged in order for the car to move. And so does AMP or ADP need to be bound to the gamma subunit for AMPK to be activated. The activation of AMPK can be direct or indirect. Direct activation can be caused by various natural products such as salicylate. Salicylate is a toxin produced by wounded plants. It activates AMPK by directly binding to it. So if AMPK is still our car, then salicylate is our car key. But what if AMPK is dead? In this case, we need another car to help get it moving by indirectly jump-starting it. Metformin is a drug that indirectly activates AMPK by decreasing glucose production, decreasing mitochondrial activity, and increasing insulin sensitivity. Some other natural products that can activate AMPK indirectly are resveratrol from red grapes, curcumin from curcuma, also present in beloved curry spice, epigallocatechin galate, well, basically a substance from green tea, and T-flavin from black tea. And there are many more. At low doses, these natural products have a positive effect on type 2 diabetes and metabolic syndrome. At high doses, however, these products can act as mitochondrial poisons. Uncontrolled cell growth can lead to cancer. The blood supply with nutrients cannot keep up with the rapid cell growth. As a result, there's not enough glucose and ATP to fuel the cell. This activates AMPK to alter the cell growth. Once the blood supply is re-established, AMPK is suppressed and cells continue to grow. This suggests that although AMPK slows down the growth, if tumor is not treated at this stage, it will continue to increase in size. The role of AMPK pathways in treatment of cancer is therefore still not fully understood. AMPK switches fat synthesis to fat oxidation. This promotes glucose uptake in skeletal muscles. As a result, there is no excess free glucose in the bloodstream. This is favorable in the treatment of type 2 diabetes. Metformin, for example, is a highly prescribed drug for patients with type 2 diabetes.
At that time, the only cellular process which was known to be regulated by protein kinases was glycogen metabolism. It was thought that when you remove glucose from the cell, the energy state sort of started to fall, and that was why AMPK was activated. We've actually found out recently that that's not the case, that you remove glucose from cells, at least under some conditions. AMPK is activated, but play an important role in cancer. And again, there was something quite unexpected because we thought that it was what you call a tumor suppressor, in other words. But it turns out that one of the isoforms of AMPK, the alpha-1 isoform, the gene is actually quite frequently amplified in cancers, particularly in lung cancer. So, that's a very interesting possibility because if we could develop inhibitors of AMPK, maybe they would even be useful for treating cancer. Probably not on their own, but in combination with existing anti-cancer drugs. Important in diabetes, particularly type 2 diabetes, which is really a disorder of energy balance in the whole body. And in a way, it's not surprising that AMPK is involved in that because it's involved in regulating energy balance at the cellular level, so it's not surprising that it also does that at the whole body level. We do understand the role of AMPK in normal cells, reasonably well now, I'd say. But, it's what role it's playing in abnormal cells, particularly cancer cells, that if we're right, it is helping tumour cells to survive, then for sure developing AMPK inhibitors might be a way forward in the treatment of cancer.